Hello everyone, welcome to episode 3 of Jurassic Comparisons, a series where we take a look at some older Jurassic Park figures and compare them to some new ones to celebrate Jurassic June and my second favorite TV franchise's 31st anniversary. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the very iconic and famous Velociraptor made famous by the famous movie known as Jurassic Park. That's right, very famous and popular, which made this one very famous and popular. And this is a very iconic and famous and popular figure. This is the original 1993 Velociraptor, released in, you guessed it, 1884. Just kidding. Of course, I'm joking. It was released in 1733. So this figure doesn't have a lot going on. It is just a brown Velociraptor based sort of off of the movie, but I would assume this one was made before the movie came out. So it's just kind of a brown Velociraptor, somewhat resembling the one in the movie, but not by very much. There's not a lot to compare here because this is a very different style of figure than anything new. But we can take a look at some. So this one has not much going on. It has articulation and an action feature where you just squish on this leg and it does that. It has an articulated tail where you can swivel that. It has articulated legs and it has arms. The paint job on this one, of course, is going to be better than they are now. I mean, just look at the toenails, look at the underside, look at literally anything, and you'll find that it's much better than the average Mattel figure because just to let you understand, things change over time. Things get more expensive, so they have to downgrade the quality, blah, blah, blah. Things happen, and it sucks because this figure should be much better. This should be in comparable quality to this, but no, that's not the way it is. Although I will say the overall head sculpt looks much better and more movie accurate. It's just this thing looks nothing like that. But this is also an old figure, and it has that Kenner style to it, obviously, because it's a Kenner figure, but this one is much more proportionate than this one. I mean, just look at the feet, look at the tail. You can start to see where, things are much different. And honestly, I think this one's a little bit better, although its head is weird. Have I mentioned that its head is weird? But yeah, that's not the only Jurassic Park Velociraptor we have. Oh no, we have more. Where that came from. We also have these weirdos known as the Cyclops Raptors. Well, this one was originally released for The Lost World. I'm not sure why it has red paint on it, but this one is just an absolute chaotic weirdness thing. It does this. It just wiggles its head. I don't know. Also, look at that tongue. What in the world? Like, it's like they said, like, how little quality should we put into our sculpting into the mouth of these raptors? And they just said yes. So that's what they did. They did the minimum amount possible. These teeth look terrible. The tongue looks terrible. The mouth is just weird looking and terrible. Yeah, that's right. You think maybe, oh, these are so cool. These are the best figures that have ever been produced. The Jurassic Park ones are just so good. And the new Mattel ones are terrible. They should all be canceled. But no, I'm not like that. I'm going to hate on what I think should deserve hate. And these things certainly deserve the hate. Because what is this? Why does it look like this? Why does it look so weird? But yeah, it's definitely one of my least favorite Jurassic Park Velociraptors. If you couldn't tell, they're silly looking, and I don't hate them by any means. I don't hate them, but they're just weird, and that's fine. I think they came with capture gear, so I guess that makes a little more sense. But what is this? What is that sickle claw? That is a stub. That is not a sickle claw. And it's weird. Also, fun fact: this was my first Jurassic Park figure. Yeah, I stole it from my grandma's house. Shh. Anyways, yeah. That is them. This one was re-released during the Jurassic Park Dinosaurs series. The one that replaced the Night Hunters series, I believe. Also, we do have another Lost World Velociraptor. We have electronic Velociraptor. I believe that is just what it's called. It doesn't have like a super fancy name or anything. It's just and also this one's broken, so that's nice. It's supposed to spring back, but it doesn't. And of course it would make a Velociraptor sound, but I don't have the batteries in it because I don't want it to make noise. That's just the simple answer. I don't want batteries in it because I also don't want it to corrode, so yeah, so no batteries for you. It's also got a very interesting coloration based off of the tiger raptors in the Lost World, but it's got sort of a peachy color to it. Now it shows up on camera as more of a orangey brown, but in reality it's very bright, like orangey peach. Like, it is very interesting, and I really like it actually. The coloration is really nice. It's got a very interesting sculpt as well. It's very weirdly shaped. It's like super plump. I would assume that's just because of its action feature and also its electronic stuff inside. Just makes the figure more disproportionate. Also, its head sort of looks like a Gallimimus, not sure why, but it does have a long tail, so that does make up for stuff. It's also very gigantic. Like, this is not in scale with like all the other Velociraptors. Like, as you can see, these are tiny compared to it. So it's very, very interesting the way that Kenner would size their figures, because like normally, like Mattel usually sticks to one scale, but man, Kenner was just all over the place. I mean, considering the young T-Rex is almost the size of the adult T-Rex, yeah. So that's really all of the Kenner Velociraptors, although we do have this one, which was a repaint of this one for the Chaos Effect line. That doesn't really matter because it's just a repaint. It doesn't really matter a lot. But if we compare that to the new ones, of course it's going to be the lower quality because, you know, stuff changes and blah blah blah, things get more expensive and such, and I think I've already said this, maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, we also have this one, which is just the basic Velociraptor. Very similar, because this one for the time would be the cheapest Velociraptor you can get. Nowadays, this low quality version is what you can get. And I believe these things were $5. Nowadays, they're like $8 to $10. It's kind of crazy, but you know, that's just how things are. But these ones are a little more expensive, I think, but they're also bigger, but they have lower quality. Anyways, yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. They call them basic, but they are very basic, but they're very interesting and weird. Of course, we have the Amber. I literally said the Hamber collection. Why did I add an H to the end of that? I don't know. Why did I combine it? It's not Hamber collection. Why did I make it ham? Why did I do... Anyways, we have the Amber collection, Velociraptor Blue. They also made a version based off of the first movie, but I don't have that one, unfortunately. But, you know, it's got the same sculpt and everything. Very similar to this blue and everything. It's just a different color. But yeah, they look very different because, of course, this one might have been made before the movie, so it's going to look different, but the Mattel one was based off of the movie. It had a very similar coloration to this hammered. What am I saying? I said Hammond collection. Now I'm just spitting out words that don't make any sense. We've got the Hamber collection. The Hammer collection. They gotta make that a thing. I swear. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways. You have the Hammond collection Velociraptor, and this one, of course, is also based off of the movie, and it's similar in some ways. Blah blah blah. That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's a Velociraptor. And do you think Velociraptors are cool? I think they're kind of meh. They're not really the best dinosaur, but yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Join me tomorrow to see me mispronounce and mix up words for random reasons next time. We'll see what the next one is. It's a very famous one. Very famous, so keep an eye out. So, bye.